I can take the dick off the table based upon my standard. You aren't gonna get hold of this dick if you ain't being the woman I need you to be. You need to realize that you need to cook, clean. You gotta understand that you're not the only woman. And if you can accept that, that's fine. That's just the beginning, because you gotta work hard for me, because I work hard for me. So that means if you get with me, it's not gonna be easy street, because I need to be satisfied, because it ain't no happy wife, happy life bullshit. It's happy Steve, happy Steve.
Being strong with self, understanding who you are, is the biggest defense to bitch ass weak men.
And there's no excuses for the men not to be strong. But see, there's so many forces, and then so many men are embracing weakness.
I can't stand weak men. Like I don't like to talk to them. It's hard for me to talk to these losers. I've always been a winner at the winner's table.
You know, I believe it's a sin to impregnate a woman who can't raise a child, you know, or impregnate a woman who's not fit to be a mother. And I think we have a responsibility in what we see today in these weak ass little feminine boys.
I can't tell another man what to do, but I can't dress feminine. I can't wear nail polish. It's just something that I can't do. Why? Because if I'm walking down the street and somebody's having trouble with a flat tire, I want them to feel that they can come to me and ask me, hey man, could you help me out with this? Because those are the type of things that a man will help out with. So I need to look like a man so they can know where to come for help.
Yeah, it is such a thing as toxic masculinity in the minds of bitch ass motherfuckers.
Talk about masculinity, assertiveness, authenticity, transparency. How can a guy who's straight up and honest with what he does be toxic?
If the media can train you to think something bad about it, you hear the word and you want to instantly have a certain reaction. You stop thinking, you start feeling. And when people learn to think and feel and not think through their feelings, that's when they can evaluate a person holistically. And they can say, is this toxic masculinity, or did I just hear something I didn't like? And why did I not like it? And only let me go within myself to see why.
I don't never look at no motherfucker and say, oh, that's a toxic masculine motherfucker. I never ever had, I didn't even know. That was an invented concept from a weak motherfucker that was like, I'm just tired of this motherfucker trying to tell me what to do and bully you over me with this bullshit.
What's going to make you successful is just understanding who you are and getting your mind right and being happy with who you are. That is the thing that's going to really make you successful. Because after you get all the toys, after you get all these things going on, you've had sex with all the women you want to have sex with, you traveled all the places, you're still going to be you, and you're going to always come back to you.
Why do I do this? Why are we even doing this documentary? I want guys to be in the best position possible. There's no way that I'm raising my voice or calling you a bitch ass nigga because I'm trying to hurt your feelings. I'm calling you a bitch ass nigga because you're doing bitch ass nigga shit. And if you continue doing bitch ass nigga shit, you're going to end up in bitch ass nigga situations. You get what I'm saying? So when I call you a bitch ass nigga, trust me, it's because I love you.
Game Kings 2, the definition of man, is out right now. Click the link below or go straight to masculineidentity.com to get your copy today. Still ain't getting women? Really? Come on, son. You need to go to badboymembership.com and step up your game. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I'm telling you that if you really want to attract beautiful women, you need to go to badboymembership.com. This is where you get 45 through 90-minute step-by-step dating advice tutorials every month. Just sign up, follow the advice, and you'll get the women you want. Go to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com. It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game, and I want to tell you about my documentary, Game Kings, the definition of game, starring myself, the Boss Mac Topsoil, Rosebud, Ron Wills, Miles Cunningham, and much more. In this documentary, you're going to learn about confidence, manhood, attracting women, and the definition of the game. To get this documentary, go to MrLocario.com.
Some people think you need a sports car to get what you want. Some people think you need $1 million. Some people think you need looks, status. The only thing you need is what they can't get unless they come straight to you. And that's your identity. Join the Masculine Identity membership today. MasculineIdentityMembership.com. Masculine Identity Soap. This luxurious, quality, high lather, high moisturizing, all natural bar soap has been handcrafted with care and consistency to provide a quality cleansing experience for self-care, focus, and productivity. Specially formulated for cold showers. Stay clean, gentlemen. Masculine Identity Soap.
Click the links below to get private one-on-one coaching sessions with Mr. Locario or Miles Cunningham to step up your game. These coaching sessions are designed to help you with your specific needs in the dating game. So make sure you click the links below right now so that you can step up your game today. Yo, we here. We are here. What's poppin'? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to my lovely lady, April MC in the building. What's going on? Shout out to Joe Mayer. Shout out to Champ Lee, Duke Alex, No Data, Jimmy, Armani. What's good? Phoenix in the building. Shout outs to, who else we got? Frankie Shy, Beloved. AT is in the chat. High profile. Dan, Duke Alex. What's going on? Martavius, Demetrius, No Data in the building. What's going on with you? Joe Blast in the motherfucking building. Shout out to Joe Blast, Captain Crater. Shout out to, who else we got up in here? Shout out to Aussie in the building. Shout out to King36 Deem was popping. Steve-O Baby was good. What's going on, man? I appreciate everybody tuning in. So today, guys, and shout out to Ludway in the building. Blastomatic, Linwood canceled. Kobe Lean is up in the building. Mar Mills was popping. So today we're going to be talking about never make it easy for women to get with you. Oh my goodness. The game is going to be so heavy today. And, you know, Miles might call in and tell me to stop. April's going to tell me to stop. I already know, but, you know, I'm in the mood. I'm in the giving mood. So I'm going to give you guys some free game. I'm going to extend the free line. You feel what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's time, man. It's time. I'm just seeing too many guys simp and trick and chase women and all this other stuff. So I want to tell you guys, you know, how to really get things going in the way that will benefit you and where you can get the highest quality women that you're going to be dealing with. See, April said no free game. She's like, none. I'm going to just do a little bit. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's bad out here. It's so bad out here. And I feel bad sometimes, guys, because I'm just like, God damn it, dudes is out here not understanding who they are, guys out here hating themselves, guys out here, you know, bending over backwards for women. It's disgusting. You feel what I'm saying? But before we get into all that, make sure that you guys go to CunninghamElements.com. Go to CunninghamElements.com and make sure that you guys get the Masculine Identity Parfum. Make sure you guys get the Masculine Identity soap and get the shea butter. Make sure you guys order that today. You feel what I'm saying? Also, make sure that you guys go to shoplocario.com to get your online dating consultation with myself and April. Go to shoplocario.com. Excuse me. And get your online dating consultations popping. If you guys are not on online dating, you're slipping and sliding. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure that you guys go get that ASAP. You feel what I'm saying? Go to shoplocario.com. Also, make sure you guys get the Massive Game Collection. First, make sure you get that. 24 products in one package. Make sure you guys go get that. And also get Master the Vetting Process, because we're going to be talking a little bit about the vetting too up in here, because this is always necessary. How to succeed in casual and long-term relationships. You got to know how to vet women and get shit going, and also get all the other products and stuff on the Shop Locario website. You feel what I'm saying? So make sure you guys go and get that cracking. And also make sure you guys go check out the Masculine Identity Membership website. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys join the Masculine Identity Membership so you can get on the Zoom calls with Miles. And last but not least, make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com and get the new program, 5 Advanced Ways to Build Sexual Tension. So make sure you get that. So now let's get into this game. The calling number is 844-672-7300. 844-672-7300 is the number. So let's get up into this. Let's get this game going. So let's talk about this, man. And guys, if you have a question, put a Q in the chat and we will get to your question. All right. So we're talking about never make it easy for women to get with you. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean to never make it easy for women to get with you? And why should you not make it easy? And why are so many guys making it easy, right? Now, when we talk about getting with you, right? The main thing that I'm talking about here is a woman getting a lot of your time, attention, and consistency. Right? A woman getting your time, attention, and consistency. Now, this also includes a woman getting your dick, a woman having sex with you. But what I want to focus a lot on is the time, attention, and consistency. That's what a woman actually wants to get from you. That's why she wants to get with you. She wants the time, attention, and consistency. Why? Because what happens is that even though a woman wants to have sex with you or wants to have sex, right? What's hard for a woman to get from a guy is time, attention, and consistency. Right. And so what happens is that a lot of guys will give women time, attention, and consistency to try to get sex from women. You understand? So at the beginning, what guys will do is they'll, meet a woman, exchange numbers, talk, on the phone for 2 hours, text her back and forth all week. Right. Ask her where she wants to go for a date. She might say she want to go to dinner. He takes her out to a fancy dinner, right? He's wining and dining her. He goes on 2, 3, 4 dates. He does all these things. He's giving her all his time, attention, and consistency, right? At the beginning. But the reason why he's doing this is because he wants sex, right? And a lot of times women, they know this. They know that a guy is, love bombing and doing all this other extra shit because he's trying to get the pussy. You understand? And it's so essentially what happens is that you have a guy who is trading his time, energy, his consistency and attention to get sex. So what happens is that now the woman is trading in sex for that time, attention, and consistency, right? So then what happens is that the dynamic becomes her pussy is on a pedestal and you are trying hard to get the pussy. And because she wants time, attention, and consistency from you, she's saying, hey, give me all this time, give me all this non-sexual time and attention, and then I might give you some sex, right? And so that's the sort of like the thing that a lot of guys go through, right? And then what happens is that guys feel frustrated because they get around attention whores, they get around women who don't really like them, they get around women who play games, they get around women who aren't really highly sexually attracted to them. And then they give the woman all this time and energy and attention and consistency, and the woman never has sex with them, right? Or the woman's not really interested in them. She's interested in more of the non-sexual aspect. Why? Because it's hard for her to get that. You see what I'm saying? Now, what you got to understand is that when you're dealing with women, you're supposed to make it difficult for them to get time, attention, and consistency from you. It's not supposed to be easy, because what happens is that a woman has to earn time, attention, and consistency from you. But how is she earning it if you give her all that at the beginning? How is she earning that if you're giving her all this time by speaking to her on the phone and going on a bunch of dates, right? You're giving her all this attention by hitting her up and texting her during the week. You're giving all this consistency by going on not one date, not 2 dates, but 3 dates, right? You're giving her this time, attention, and consistency, right? All up front. And you're doing it mainly because you want to fuck, right? But what happens is that you want it to be where a woman gets your time, attention, and consistency by her earning it. You understand what I'm saying? So the woman has to earn it. Now, the problem is that a lot of guys don't understand this concept and they don't know how to get a woman to earn it, right? Because what happens is that when you get a woman to earn it, then what happens is that she actually really respects what she's getting from you, right? So I've talked about this before on the Bad Boy membership, where I talk about how to, use your time correctly when you're dealing with a woman. And what needs to happen is this: when you first meet a woman, that's when she's supposed to get the least of your time, attention, and consistency, right? And then she has to work her way up to getting more time and attention, and therefore she'll get consistency. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about 3 things that, 3 ways that you can do this when it comes to, never making it easy for a woman. And this is the thing. What happens is that when you don't make it easy for a woman, right, she actually works to get that. Why? Because she values you. She sees the value in you, which is why she does the thing. You understand what I'm saying? And shout out to my dude, K Zaggin in the building. Shout out to my dude. He said, unfortunately, a lot of guys don't believe they're valuable enough to make a woman earn them. That's a fact. And that's a super fact. And see, and I'm glad you said that, because everything that I'm talking about here is only going to work, you understand what I'm saying, or be beneficial to you if you understand that you have to have the utmost confidence, you have to value yourself, and you have to see yourself as that guy. You have to stand on the shit that you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? That's how it's going to work. A lot of you guys, y'all fold because y'all are so weak when it comes to dealing with pussy. You understand? So you want pussy so bad that you'll do anything to get the pussy, which is why you give women time, attention, and consistency at the beginning, right? Now, let me tell you about 3 ways to do this to never make it easy for a woman to get with you, and how this will transform your actual dating life so that you get more quality situations and you get more women who are dealing with you who have high interest, and you get women who are actually going to be about what you're about, right? So now, the first thing I have on the list when it comes to making it, never making it easy for a woman to, get with you, is you have to be scarce with your time and attention. You have to be scarce with your time and attention, right? And I'm going to tell you how I do this so that you guys can understand and you can implement this into what you do, right? So when I say you got to be scarce with your time and attention, I mean you have to really, really be scarce with your time and attention. So how does that look? That means that the only time and attention you give a woman at the beginning is the time and attention it takes in order to make shit happen, meaning the logistics, right? So let's use example going on a dating app, right? If I go on a dating app and I match with a girl, right? All I'm doing, the only time and attention I'm giving her is texting her to set up the date, right? I'm only doing the logistics. Right? So I say, hey, let's meet Friday, 8:00, Main Street Bar. She says, okay, cool. That sounds good. Awesome. So, and let's say this is like a Tuesday, I'm texting her on the thing, right? So now Tuesday, I set up the date for Friday. So all day Tuesday, I don't text her. All day Wednesday, I don't text her. All day Thursday, I don't text her. I give her no time and attention all that time, right? Now, Friday comes, hey, what's up? We still on for tonight at 8? She says, yes, boom. So now notice I just set the date and I confirmed the date. That's all the time and attention I've given this woman, right? And I'm only giving her the time and attention to set the shit up so that we can meet, right? Now, what most guys will do is they'll get on the phone with the girl during the week. Oh, let's get to know each other. Let's go back and forth. Let's do all of this, all this other craziness. right? Sometimes what'll happen is that a woman might try to text you during the week, right? And so I've talked about how to get around that. So let's say I set the date for Friday and it's only Tuesday. She hits me up Wednesday morning and she's like, hey, good morning. How are you? Right? I don't ignore her, but I quickly end the conversation. So I say, I'm good. How are you? And she says, oh, I'm good. Just, on my way to work. And you be like, well, listen, that sounds awesome. Have a nice day. I got to run. Looking forward to seeing you on Friday. You see what I'm saying? So the only time and attention that I'm giving this woman is to set the date to get to the date, right? Now, once I'm on the date, right? Once I'm on the date, now this is where I'm going to test this woman to see if there is any sexual compatibility there and if there's sexual energy between me and the woman, right? So now what will happen is either we're going to have sex that night or we're going to have sex the next time I see her, right? We're going to either have sex that night or we're going to have sex the next time I see her, right? So now, this is the key though. This is the key. When sex happens, and follow what I'm saying here, sex should be happening based on your request to make it happen. So meaning that if I go out with a girl on Friday and we get drinks, right? I might say to myself, I'm not going to smash her tonight, but maybe the next time I see her, we'll do it. Now, let's say I'm not smashing her that night because I got some other shit I got to do later on. So I say, hey, listen, let's meet up. We'll meet up for a little bit. And then, I see her again next week and we have sex, right? But we're having sex based on when I want to do it, not when she wants to do it, when I want to do it. She's just agreeing to do it when I want to do it. Does that make sense? So a lot of you guys, what happens is that you guys are in situations where you are only having sex based on a woman telling you when it's time for it to happen. So you're essentially submitting to her when it comes to sex. You want her to submit to you when it comes to sex. Does that make sense? So meaning that the sex should happen when you want it to happen. And if she's not trying to make it happen when you want it to happen, right, then you can charge it to the gate. Now, there are situations where, for example, let's say you want it to happen, but for whatever reason, the logistics ain't right for it to happen at that time. Cool, we can make it happen that next time. But in general, it's supposed to happen when you want it to happen, right? Because that's her following your lead and making shit happen on your terms. But see, what most guys do is that most guys are only having sex when the woman is saying that sex can happen. You understand what I'm saying? He said, men need a dating timeline within the timeline. Things should be happening at a certain pace dictated by you. That's a fact. And see, this is the thing that you guys got to understand. I always tell you guys, sex should be happening by at least the second meeting. Sex should be happening at least by the second meeting, meaning the second time you actually see each other in person. So if I meet a woman off a dating app and we get drinks, that is the first meeting. And if I meet her again next week, that is the second meeting. So we should be having sex by then. We could have sex the first time, but we need to have sex by then. If I meet a girl on the street and we talk and we exchange numbers, that is the first meeting. So the second time I see her, we should be having sex. Now, why is this important? Because this is the key of not making it easy for women to get with you, right? Because what you want to happen is this. You want to be able to get the woman to understand that her vagina, the sex, right, is not on a pedestal, right? Let me explain this to you guys. So what a lot of guys do is, like I said, they give women a lot of time, energy, and attention because they want to get the sex. So they put the sex all the way up here. And the woman is like, if you want this, you got to give me all this time and energy and attention and consistency, and then you can get the sex. The reason why I tell you guys to get to sex fast is because you want the woman to understand that the sex is not on a pedestal, right? So what happens is that guys will trade their time and energy and attention for sex. And what you're saying is you will get dick because you're giving pussy. You understand what I'm saying? So the only requirement for her to get the dick is to give me the pussy. The only requirement for me to get the pussy is me giving her the dick. You understand what I'm saying? But what most of you guys do is you say, well, you know, I want to have sex with her. And she's saying, well, you got to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and the whole damn alphabet before you get this pussy. So you got to give me the time, energy, and attention and consistency before you get the pussy. What I'm telling you guys is that you need to let this woman know through your words and actions that sex needs to happen fast. So either it's happening the first meeting or it's happening the second meeting. Understand that. Either sex is happening the first meeting or sex is happening the second meeting. Now, if sex doesn't happen by the second meeting, then we're done. We're finished. Because understand this, remember, when we talk about a woman wanting to get with you, a woman wants to get time, attention, and consistency. So what happens is that you have to basically tell this woman, you can't get any time, attention, or consistency until you're actually doing things my way, which is we're going to have sex when I say, and I'm going to say we're going to have sex quickly. So what we're doing is we're eliminating the sex as the thing that she thinks that she can hold above you to get time, energy, attention, and consistency, right? So remember, the average guy is giving her time, attention, and consistency to get sex. What you're saying is sex needs to happen as soon as possible. And then now that that's out the way and you've been consistent, you've been actually cooperating, then we could talk about giving you time, attention, and consistency. So essentially what's happening is this. You have to see if you and the woman are sexually compatible before she can get time, attention, and consistency. You understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it again. You need to see if you and the woman are sexually compatible before she gets time, attention, and consistency. You understand? What most guys do is you give women a bunch of time, attention, and consistency to get sex. No. No. You said facts. The fact that women have been known to use sex to play with you, you're taking the power away from her to be able to do that. That's a fact. Exactly. Exactly. So this is why I say that your time and attention needs to be scarce. Right? So what you're essentially saying is that, listen, I know you want time, attention, and consistency from me. That's cool. But before that happens, we need to see if we're sexually compatible. So this is why when you first talk to a girl or match with a girl in a dating app, from that point, right, you guys should be getting together to see if there's sexual compatibility. And before y'all get together, there should be no time and attention given to that woman. The only time and attention you give that woman is to set up the time for y'all to get together to see if there's sexual compatibility. You see what I'm saying? So like I said, the average guy, he's rolling out the red carpet and giving a woman all this time, attention, and consistency before he even knows if they're sexually compatible. You see what I'm saying? And then you get frustrated when women play games with you. You get frustrated when, oh, I took her out on 3 dates and then she said we should just be friends. That's your fault. Oh, these girls be playing games. No, nigga, you just put the pussy on the pedestal and you were doing all this shit that you didn't want to do to get pussy. And see, what I'm saying is that if by the second time that you meet this woman, the sex doesn't happen, you keep it moving. See, let me tell you guys a little story. So I remember there was a girl that I went to get drinks with her, right? Everything was cool. We talking, we kissing, we doing all that other shit, but we didn't have sex that night, right? So I hit her up and I was like, hey, listen, we should get together this Friday. Said I can't remember what day it was, but I said, hey, let's get together and you come by my place and we continue from where we left off. Because where we left off, we was kissing, touching, doing all this other stuff, but we just didn't do it that night, right? So anyway, this girl says, she's like, oh yeah, that would be cool. And then she said, this is what she said. Now pay attention. She says, that would be cool, but is it possible that we can go out to eat before we go to your house, right? So I said, listen, sure, if it's on your dime. I said, I don't mind that. Yeah, you can go out and eat if you're paying for it, and then we go back to my place. So she said, okay, cool, sounds good. So now I meet her at the spot. She orders some stuff. I wasn't really hungry. I just got like a drink and some dessert type shit or whatever, right? So we at the spot, we're talking, we're eating all this other stuff. And, she pays for the stuff, right? And then we're on our way out the door, on my way to my house, right? So then as we're on the way out the door, she says to me, she's like, I was thinking, I don't think I'm ready to like go to your place tonight. And I said, hey, listen, no problem. No problem. I said, listen, this has been fun. And I shook her hand. I shook her hand. I said, hey, this has been fun, but good luck. Right? So now what happened was she kind of felt some type of way about me like ending the situation. Right? But remember, this was the second meeting. And I told her we're going to go to my place. She agreed. Right? Now she has every right to say no. She can say, I changed my mind. I don't feel like doing it. So now that she changed her mind, I just move on to the next woman. You understand? Now, also what you have to understand is this. The reason why you have to do it this way is because when you have game, you're going to have a lot of options of women that you're talking to, right? So if a woman is wasting time by not following your lead and getting on your program, then what she's doing essentially is taking up time for another woman to be in her place. Right? So for example, on certain dating apps, right? There's times where I'd be matching with a bunch of girls on dating apps, right? And I would send a message to a lot of different women, right? And the first message I would send to them, right, is, when are you free to get together and get a drink? So I would send that first message to all the women. Now, the reason why I was sending the first message to all the women was because, let's say I sent that to 15 women in a day, right? So I sent the same message to 15 women. Hey, when are you free to get together, get a drink? So now let's say about 6 or 7 of them responded. So now I have 6 or 7 women letting me know when they're free to get together to get the drink. Right? So now I got to see if my schedule matches up with when they're free. And the girl's like, oh, I'm free Thursday. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm free Thursday. And another girl's like, she's free Thursday also. And then I have a third girl saying she's free Thursday. So now I'm like, shit, I don't got enough time to see all these girls on Thursday. So what I do is I pick one for Thursday and then I tell the other one, let's meet this other day or whatever. But anyway, what I'm saying is that because I have this large number of women that's coming in through the situation, I need to quickly get them into the situation and then quickly get them out if they're not cooperating. Right? And now this brings me to my second way of doing this is when you first talk to women, you have to start the interactions with giving the woman instruction on what needs to go down. So what I would do is, because I have so many women coming through, right? I don't have time to deal with a woman who's not going to be following my instruction and doing it my way and doing what I say. So when I have the 3 or 4 girls that's hitting me up telling me that they're free on Thursday, I'm saying, okay, I could do 1 or 2 on Thursday. So let's say I take 2 of them on Thursday. And the other 2 that would say they were free Thursday, I say, hey, listen, my Thursday is actually booked this week. Can you do Friday or Sunday or whatever it is, right? So I'm fitting the girls in based on how they're coming in. So now, when I went out with that girl to eat and she was supposed to come back to my place, right? When she didn't come back to the place, I get rid of her and then I replace her with the new girl. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is a lot of you guys waste time because you put so much energy into a woman who's not following your lead. That's why you have to start by giving her instructions from the beginning. Because when you start by giving a woman instructions from the beginning, you start to see who's going to follow what you're saying from the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? He said, dealing with an uncooperative woman fucks up the flow that you have with other women you're meeting. That's a fact. It was way too much game. But see, the problem is a lot of guys, y'all are not getting an influx of women, which is why y'all end up chasing women. You chase women because you don't have options. You have to get your options up. So I don't have time to waste on a woman who is not listening to what I'm saying. If you're not listening to what I'm saying, you're in the way. Move over so I can bring the other girl in. You understand what I'm saying? And see, also what happens is this. The reason why you want to start off by giving a woman instructions and telling her what to do is because you want to make sure that from the jump, the woman understands if she wants more time, attention, and energy from you, and she wants that consistency, she has to listen to you and what you're saying. It's not about you following her. She has to follow you to actually get you. You understand what I'm saying? She has to follow you to get you. See, the problem is these women can get you without them having to follow you. So the woman could just do whatever the fuck she want. You understand? Shout out to Jadism. He said he sent $2 for calls. So we got 2 free calls, people. 2 free calls. See, the average guy, this is what he does. The average guy, he hits up a girl and he asks her, hey, so what do you like to do for fun? Where do you like to go? Where do you like to go eat at? What do you like to have dinner at? And then she says, oh, I like, Ruth Chris or Peter Luger, or, I like to go to such and such and such. And then you try to figure out, oh, can I get a reservation at Ruth Chris? Let me go call them up and see. Right? So now you're starting the interaction by asking her what she wants to do and basically planning shit around her and following her. Right? So now you've already started giving this woman the time and attention and energy in the situation when she's a random chick you just met. Random. You understand what I'm saying? And then so what happens is that you make the woman believe that she is more important at this moment than she really is. Why? Because you're giving her time and attention. You're basically rolling out the red carpet. You're doing all of this crazy stuff. And what I'm telling you is a woman is supposed to earn the time, attention, and consistency from you, right? Because this is the thing. Like I said earlier, the woman has to show that she is going to follow your lead, which means she's coachable. And 2, she has to show sexual compatibility. Because there's no reason to give a woman time, attention, and consistency if you guys are not sexually compatible. You understand? What is the point of giving a woman time when you don't even know if you're sexually compatible? What's the point of giving a woman attention if you don't know if you're sexually compatible? What's the point of giving a woman consistency if you're not sexually compatible? Because if you're not sexually compatible, that means you guys aren't going to be having sex. And if you guys aren't going to be having sex, then what the fuck is the use of her being there? So why would I match with a girl on Tinder or Bumble and get on the phone and try to get to know her when we haven't even fucked? Does that make sense? Am I crazy? Why would I want to get to know you when I don't even know if I like fucking you, or you don't even know if you like fucking me? What are we doing here? Who has that type of time? You understand what I'm saying? Like who really has that type of time? I'm gonna sit on, so what's your favorite color? What do you like to do for fun? You know, what's been going on? Why are we doing this? We need to see if first of all, I need to see if you follow my lead. That's first and foremost. When I tell you to meet me at the Main Street Bar Friday, 8:00, right? What is your response? Are you saying yes? Or are you giving me resistance, talking about you want to go to Ruth Chris? Huh? So now, if you do say yes to meet me at the bar, cool. We already got that out the way. You're showing that you're going to follow what I'm saying off rip. Now we get to the bar. Now when we get to the bar, we have to flirt, and I got to build that sexual tension, right? Now when I'm flirting and building sexual tension, are you being receptive to the flirting? If you're not, then we're not sexually compatible. We don't need to go any further. If you are, cool, we can go further, and we can either have sex that night or we could have sex the next time we see each other, but sex needs to happen at least by the next time we see each other, right? Because understand this, I'm not having sex with you because I necessarily just want to have sex with you. I'm having sex with you because I need to see if we're sexually compatible. Because if we're not sexually compatible, we're wasting fucking time. You understand? We're wasting time. And if we are not sexually compatible, I'm not giving you any more time and attention, and you damn sure ain't getting no consistency from me. So basically what happens is this, is that a lot of times people get together and don't even realize they're wasting each other's time. You understand? We have to see if we're sexually compatible, because women will say, oh, but I want to get to know this guy and I get to know that guy. Yeah, you're saying that to the guys that you're not highly sexually attracted to, first of all. But you need to see if you like the sex with him, and he needs to see if he likes the sex with you. Not only do we like the sex, do we like to have the same type of sex? You know, people like to do a lot of freaky type shit. Some people like vanilla. I'm a vanilla motherfucker. I don't like doing all the choking and spitting in your mouth and calling you a whore, but some women like that shit. So maybe I fucked the girl. She's like, Locario, I want you to call me a whore. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. So now we see that we're not sexually compatible. You got to go over there and find the guy who's going to call you a whore. And I got to go over here and find the woman who doesn't like it being called a whore and just likes the vanilla sex. You see what I'm saying? But see, what people want to do is sit there. Now imagine I give a girl time, energy, consistency, all this attention, and then we've been seeing each other for 2-3 months, and now it's time to have sex, and this bitch want me to choke her out and spit in her face and call her a goddamn slut. And I'm like, what the fuck is this chick talking about? And then we realize, look, we ain't sexually compatible. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't sexually compatible. And guess what? We could have found that out on day 2. You understand what I'm saying? We could have found that out on day 2. So why the fuck are we sitting there wasting each other's time? This is what I'm saying. And so what I'm saying is that what a woman wants at the end of the day, she wants a guy who gives a fuck. She wants a guy who loves her. She wants a guy who actually loves her and cares about her outside of sex. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's beautiful. The problem is that that's not going to be me if we're not sexually compatible. You see what I'm saying? So this is why it's important to first see if there's sexual compatibility and cooperation in the situation before you give a woman time, attention, and consistency. Because if that's not there, you're wasting your fucking time and she's wasting hers. You see what I'm saying? This is really simple. This is really simple. But because a lot of guys have no game and the women that they're dating are running the show, the woman's like, oh, but I'm not that type of girl. Let's wait. Let's get to know each other. And he's like, okay, he'll get to know you. And he gives her more time, gives her more attention, gives her more consistency. And he goes through all of that just to fuck. He fucks her. He realizes he don't like the pussy. And then he ghosts her. And then the woman's crying, why these guys are such assholes. Or she don't like the fucking sex. And then either she stopped fucking with him or she continues to fuck with him because she likes his non-sexual attention. And then this guy ends up wifing up this girl. He has a wife who's not really sexually attracted to him. And he has a sexless fucking marriage. Why? Because motherfuckers was thinking that the sex wasn't important. It's crazy. But guys, if you want to call up, call the number is 844-672-7300. We got 2 free calls, people. We got 2 free calls. So call up. Call up if you want to get this shit popping. You see what I'm saying? We got 2 free calls. So if you guys want to call up, 844-672-7300. If you want to put your question in the chat, put a Q in the chat, we'll get to your question. So let me see what some of these questions are saying again. You said, what if she agrees and you have sex, then she puts her clothes on and wants to leave early and you don't hear from her? That's great. That's what's supposed to happen. Listen, you're supposed, okay, guys, understand this. You're supposed to get women in and out of your life as soon as possible. I'm gonna say it again. You're supposed to get women in and out of your life as soon as possible, meaning that if she's going to get out of your life, that means you guys aren't compatible. The problem is that you're wasting a lot of time getting a woman out of your life. So you should be getting a woman out of your life within a week or 2 versus 3 months. You understand what I'm saying? So for example, if I meet a girl and I say, hey, let's get on FaceTime and talk. And we get on FaceTime and I say, hey, come over to my place. And then she comes over to my place and we have sex. And I don't like the sex, right? I was able to figure out in one day that I don't really like this chick. You see how quickly I got on, we matched on Tinder. We got on FaceTime. We met, we fucked, and now I decide, did I like this? Am I really feeling, I don't know. I didn't shoot, it was all right, but and women are the same way. You meet a girl, she fucks, she's like, do I really like this guy? Do I like the dick? I don't know. I'm just kind of thinking, it's all right, whatever, and then she moves on, right? I'd rather that happen in one day than it happening in 1 month. All right, so let's go to 469. 469 was popping. Who's this?
Hey, this is Vaughn. We're in.
What?
I pay $5 to the PayPal.
All right, that's what's up.
Yeah, no freebies for me. Anyway, you was talking about a pedestal. What causes a man to put a woman on a pedestal on the initial interaction? Like when you're making the approach, when you're talking to them, and then when you're trying to get the phone number, like what makes that pedestal comes up? Because I don't know if that's what caused the anxiety as you're approaching the woman. Like, so what causes that?
Yeah, well, what causes it is her physical appearance and him putting the sex on a pedestal. That like him wanting the sex that bad. See, this is what we try to teach you guys is that you have to look at it as you're giving her dick versus you trying to get the pussy. You see what I'm saying? Because when you're trying to get the pussy, you put the pussy on a pedestal, and therefore you end up doing goofy shit like giving a woman a lot of time and attention and energy to get the pussy. So that's where all that anxiety, that's where all of that fear comes in. That's where all of that neediness comes in. That's where all that clinginess comes in. It's the idea that the pussy is important, right? And this is the thing. You're supposed to, the only thing that the pussy needs is the dick. So if you're saying, hey, she's attractive, I would smash, then it's like, cool. Let you talk to her and let her know I'm going to interact with you so I can set up a time for us to fuck. You understand what I'm saying? And that's really what it is. And now what happens is you say, listen, you're not going to get any more non-sexual time, energy, and attention from me until after we fuck. You see what I'm saying? But guys do it the opposite. They give a woman so much attention, time, energy, all of this other shit, and they haven't even looked at the pussy yet. You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem.
Yeah. So how do you go about like when you see a woman that you attracted to, like how do you go about not like I mean you already approached a lot of women throughout your life, but how do you go about not getting like caught up in the looks? Like when you're first, because I know that's primarily what we're primarily attracted to first. It's the look. But how do you go about like not getting caught up in that so you can go about actually saying what you need to say in order to attract the woman?
Yeah, well, the thing is, the way you not get caught up in it is you have to actually be doing it consistently, meaning you have to talk to more women. You have to go out with more women. You have to fuck more women. So what I'm saying is the experience basically, it breaks down the illusion. So the illusion is going to be there because you don't have the experience. Once you have the experience, it breaks down the illusion. It dissipates the illusion. So the illusion is there something special about this woman because I think she's physically attractive and I want to fuck her. When you start talking to more women and having sex with more women and have access to more women, then that thought of she's special and it's going to be so important and all this and all that goes away because you know through experience that that's bullshit. But you can't know it's bullshit until you have the experience. You see what I'm saying? So the only way to get over that is to get through it. This is why I tell you guys to talk to 25 women a day. This is why I have a book called How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day. I'm trying to get you guys immersed in dealing with women so the illusion that you have about how special women are will disappear. You understand what I'm saying? That's the issue. So a lot of guys, the reason why they have these problems with women is because they don't have experience with women. So they're constantly putting the woman on a pedestal because they don't actually understand what that's about. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I got you. All right. I don't want to take up too much air time. I know other guys want those sort of 2 free calls, but I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, fam. But yeah, that's the thing, man. You guys got to understand that, the illusion you have about women is based on you not having experience. That's why when I watch these guys videos on YouTube about, oh, it's all about looks, right? Laughable. And the reason why they're saying it's all about looks is because they don't have any fucking experience. When dudes be like, oh, I want to see receipts, laughable. You know why they want to see receipts? Because they don't have any fucking experience dealing with women. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is when you don't have experience dealing with women, your reality is different. Your perception is different, right? It's on a pedestal because you don't have, okay, think about, I always like to use this example, right? I guarantee most of you didn't think about water today. And the only time you probably thought about water was in the moment when you were thirsty and you went to your refrigerator or you went down to the grocery store and bought yourself some water or, opened your faucet up and drunk some tap water or whatever. That was the only time today you probably thought about water. Now, if you were living in some third world country where you had to walk miles to get water, right? Your thought about water would have been elevated. You've been thinking about water all day, like, man, we got to go and travel and get this water, and then it's going to take us about this time, and oh, do we have enough water for the week? And like, you're going to be thinking more about water. Why? Because you don't have access to it. When you have access to it, you're not even really thinking about it. Right? It's not a big deal. Now, you know you need water and you want water, but you're not thinking about it as much. Why? Because you have access to it easily. You see what I'm saying? So it's the same thing with women. When you have access to women easily, right? You're not, acting needy, clingy. You're not thinking about it. Like, listen, when you have access to a lot of women, right? You are less tolerant of certain things. Why do you think I keep telling you guys to charge women to the game? You understand? I'm the king of charging women to the game. Why? Because there's already so many that I can just replace her easily. You understand what I'm saying? So if I'm telling a girl, hey, I need you to do this and this, and she's like, well, actually, soon as we're done. Right? If I tell a woman, hey, I need you to do this or that, or I'm giving her an instruction and she's being resistant, we're done. Why would I deal with her when I can replace her easily? You understand what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying with, and that's the difference between, guys like myself, Miles, K. Zaggin, 1950 Steve, King Dre, EO, guys like us, we don't chase them, we replace them. The PUAs, though, teach you how to chase them. That's why they say you got to pass her shit test. Why the fuck would I be dealing with a woman who's giving me a shit test when I can just tell her to get the fuck up out of here?
Get out of here, you damn nigga!
You understand what I'm saying? Like I can just tell her to get out of there. You understand? Like, listen, I remember one time where I was, I think I talked about this before, where there was one time where I was consistently seeing, it was like 9 or 10 women at one time. And it was just too much. You understand? Like, meaning there were women I would see back to back in one day. You understand what I'm saying? And I was seeing these girls consistently for maybe 3 or 4 months, like 10 women. Right? Some of them I would see maybe 3 or 4 during the week. And then I'll see the next 2 or 3 the next week. Some of them I would see again the next week and then have to see one half this. It was ridiculous. You understand what I'm saying? So why would I be sitting there trying to go back and forth with a woman or deal with a woman who's like, hey, we got to get to know each other. Let's wait. Wait for what? Are you insane? Wait for what? You know what I'm saying? What's that? You understand? See, your reality is going to make you see things differently. So if I have all these women consistently who are doing what I say, why would I deal with a woman who's not doing what I say? If my reality is when I meet women, right, I have sex with them quickly, why would I wait to have sex with a woman? You see what I'm saying? Doesn't make any sense. Exactly. I can't pair bond anymore. My body count's too high. That's a fact. The red pill was right. I can't pair bond anymore. That's a fact. It says when you literally have women you can call on your phone to get at for the evening, you just see shit. Exactly. You know what the funny part is? The funny part that I'll be laughing at is I'll be with a chick and then I have 2 chicks hit me up right at the time when I'm with the other chick. And I'm like, God damn. I'm like, am I doing too much? I'm like, am I doing too much? You know, I'm like, this is what I'm saying. Like, bro, there's so many women. I don't understand why you guys fucking waste time with women who don't cooperate when there's so many women out there who will cooperate. See, the problem is you guys don't want to put in the work. You don't want to put in the work. So because you don't want to put in the work, then you are not experiencing multiple women who want to fuck with you. You're like, Locario, I talked to 4 women this month and they all said no. Aw. Miss Locario, I was on the dating app for like an hour this month and I didn't get any matches. Aw, poor baby. Miss Locario, I've been talking to this girl and I asked her to go out with me and she flaked on me 3 times. What should I do? Aw. Come on, man. What are y'all doing? Again, you should be getting women in and out of your fucking life as soon as possible. You understand? So again, if I match with a girl right now, like if I was on my phone right now and I matched with a girl and I said, hey, meet me at the bar, this weekend. And she says, well, I don't drink. Unmatch. You see how quickly our situation, she came in and now she's out of my life in 10 seconds. You understand what I'm saying? In 10 seconds. You see how easy that is? Let's say I meet a girl on the street. We talking, we exchange information. I text her, I say, hey, come through to my crib this weekend. Oh, I need to get to know you more. We're done. You see how quickly that shit took, what, like 5-10 minutes? We're finished. We're finished. And then we have the opposite. I match with a girl on a dating app. I say, hey, meet me at the bar Friday, 8 o'clock. She says, oh, that sounds great. Look forward to meeting you. Right? Friday comes, I say, hey, we still on? She says, absolutely. Can't wait to see you. Then we get together. The vibes is cool and all that other shit. We either hook up that night or we hook up the next time. You see how easy that is? You see how easy that is? I meet a girl on the street. We talk. We exchange information. I say, hey, you should come by to the crib this week. And she says, yeah, that sounds good. I hit her up. Hey, Friday evening, I'm free. Cool. Here's the address. She comes through. We hook up. You see how easy that is? It's so fucking easy. Like, I don't understand. Like, now what happens is this. The women who cooperate, right? They can get more time. You see how that works? The women who don't cooperate don't get any more time, right? So when I tell that girl, hey, meet me at my place, and she does, guess what? That means she can see me again. The woman who I told meet me at my place and she don't want to do it, we're done. So she doesn't get to see me. Like, why is this complicated? So they cooperate, they get more time. They don't cooperate, they don't get time. It's that simple. That simple. You understand what I'm saying? But see, the problem is that when you guys have a scarcity mindset and you're not actually putting in the work, you don't really understand how easy it is to replace women. Right? Like, listen, you should be able to go on your phone, get on the dating app or go on the dating apps for like an hour, just 1 hour a day. And every day you're getting at least 10 to 15 matches every day. Every day. Like, what are we talking about here? You could go on your phone right now and get 10 to 15 matches every fucking day. What are we talking about here? But again, some of you guys, I know you're having trouble. So this is why I tell y'all motherfuckers, this is why I tell y'all to go to, shoplocario.com and get the online dating consultation with myself and April. You know what I'm saying? Go to shoplocario.com to get the online dating consultation. I'm telling y'all, every day. You ain't even got to go and cold approach. Imagine that. Imagine you're getting 10 to 15 matches a day. And you can say, I don't even feel like going approaching women today. I'm just going to go on the apps. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't go out and approach women. I'm just saying that you can get all the women on the apps. You can holler at the chicks in the street. You can holler at the chicks at the bar. You can holler at the chicks at the events. It's like they're all over the place. All over the place. Have any of y'all ever had a perfect week? You ever seen? How many of y'all in the chat watch How I Met Your Mother? Have any of y'all watched that How I Met Your Mother show? Barney Stinson. That's just so stupid. So he had this thing where he called it a perfect week. And the perfect week was where he would go out with a different chick every day of the week and smash. So 7 different girls every day of the week. That was the perfect week. You see what I'm saying? Crazy. Like, guys, come on, man. This is what I'm telling y'all. Man, y'all just it's y'all can make this happen, man. You just got to put in the work. It says, what's your opinion on women who say they find it attractive when a man works hard and get them because it shows that he's really interested and that real men don't give up when they get resistance? Yeah, that's called game. That's them trying to run game on you. So that's where a woman will say this stuff so that you can give her more time and attention and consistency, right? That's called running game. You understand what I'm saying? But see, none of this works if you see, guys, you have to learn how to not listen to women. See, when you're a leader, when you're a man, you know better than to listen to women. You understand what I'm saying? So only weak men listen to women. And when I say weak men listen to women, I'm not talking about you can't take what a woman is saying seriously. What I'm saying is that weak men listen to women when it comes to women telling you what you should do to get them. Right? So you can listen to women have great ideas. They can be like, hey, listen, do this for your business. I know some people that can help. That's perfect. I'm taking that advice all day. But if a woman tells you what you need to do to get women, come on, son, stop playing. Now, am I saying that a woman can't tell you, what to do to make shit happen with women, right? They could if there's no agenda behind what she's saying. Now, if there's an agenda, what she's saying is bullshit, right? So now let me talk about the third thing to never make it easy for women to get with you. Because you said the first one was be scarce with your time and attention. Second one was start with giving her instructions to see if she's going to follow that and be consistent with that. And the third is real simple because I talk about it all the time. The third thing is make sure that you vet women. That's it. Because see, when guys understand, when you vet women, it's not going to be easy for the woman. See, a woman that can go through the vetting process is a woman who has game. You understand? See, when a woman has game, she will go through the vetting process. Why? Because she sees the value in the man, so she understands the benefit she's going to get by going through the process. See, women who don't have game, what they do is they find guys that they don't really value and they try to use those men. This is why even, for example, when Steve the Lion was talking about where women will say, oh, well, they find guys attractive who work hard to get them and all this stuff. No. See, you're not supposed to work hard to get a woman. A woman is supposed to work hard to get you. You understand what I'm saying? I said it again. A woman is supposed to work hard to get you. Why is this, Locario? Because remember, as a man, right? Since you're the leader and since you create the relationship and since you're managing all the things, right? you are putting in all this work that the woman benefits from. You understand? It's just like a company. If you work for a company, that company had to put in a lot of work to become that company to hire the employee. You understand what I'm saying? So the employee has to show the company why they're worth hiring. You see what I'm saying? Because think about it like this, right? Remember, the woman wants time, attention, and consistency. That's a lot of shit she's asking from you. And especially you monogamous niggas, right? Imagine you're monogamous and a woman is telling you, hey, listen, I would like you to not fuck all these other women and just fuck me. What? So a woman wants you to not fuck other women and only fuck her. Then you also have to deal and manage her emotions. Then you also have to, like, you know, interact with her and with all her feminine things and her telling you all the stories you might not want to hear and all that other stuff, right? You got to be consistent with her, right? You have to be on all the time as her man. So she wants all these things and you're supposed to chase her? That doesn't make any sense. If she wants all those things from you, she has to show you that she's worth you giving her all those things. You understand what I'm saying? So wait, so I'm supposed to chase you to take care of you? Oh, wait. So as a man who's providing and protecting and doing, so I'm supposed to chase and beg you for me to take care of you. Does that make sense? Tell me where that makes sense. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me where that makes sense, where I'm supposed to lead, guide, protect, provide, be your shoulder to cry on, be the strong man, do all of these things for you, but I'm supposed to chase you and beg you to do it? Wait, I'm supposed to chase you and beg you so I can pay for a date? So wait, I'm paying for a date, but I'm supposed to chase and beg you so I can pay a date. Like, what are we talking about? That don't even make any sense. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make any sense. Now, again, you gotta understand, a woman provides benefit to a man. But the benefit she provides is by being on your program. But understand that her being on your program is a responsibility that you have as a man to make sure that you're taking care of this woman. And it's not, when I say take care, I'm not just talking about like a financial thing. I'm talking about everything. Everything. You understand what I'm saying? So you gotta understand this shit. He said, worst of all, you have to cuddle. That's funny. Let me see what some more of these questions are saying real quick. And guys, you want to call up now. We got like 15 minutes left and we're going to wrap this up. Let me see what some more of these questions saying. It says, how do you adjust this game you given when it comes to a virgin with zero experience? So this is the thing. This is why I tell you guys that you have to get off your ass and get the experience. Like, you have to go and start talking to women. You have to go out into places and meet women. You have to get on the dating apps. You understand what I'm saying? You have to do this consistently. Because what happens is that you're a virgin now because you're not putting in the work to fuck. Like, I had a client who we did some coaching sessions. And I think he was in his mid-20s. And he ended up having sex with a woman within, I think, 3 weeks to a month since we first started, the coaching sessions. Now, mind you, he was in his mid-20s. And all that was really going on was he was in his own way. You see what I'm saying?
He was in his own way. So you guys got to get out your own way so that you can make shit happen. Let me see what else. So what you said yesterday was interesting about a woman not wanting to step up or feel like she's not enough. Would you say that there are women who don't want men to know themselves and their value? Well, yeah, this is the thing. You got to understand that women have insecurities too. Women feel, insecure about certain things. And when they're dealing with a guy that they may be interested in, they don't want that guy to not like them. So what they'll do is that they'll automatically just sort of reject themselves and not fuck with the guy. Just like how when you see a really hot girl and you could approach her, but then you talk yourself out of it. You say, I don't know. She look like she got a boyfriend. I don't know. She look like she could be a bitch. And then you just don't go and approach her. So women are the same way, but just differently, where when you approach the woman, you're trying to make something happen with the woman, and she'll reject you because she's like, oh, he looked like a player. I don't know. I don't trust him. He probably got like 10 million girls. And then that's coming from their insecurity. He says, so if a fellow fucks up and gives a woman time and attention from the start, but they hit it off well in the beginning, can his life be saved if he drops her at the first sign of blatant disrespect? Well, this is the thing. However he starts is how it's going to finish. However he starts is how it's going to be. Right? So the thing is that if you're giving a woman all this time and attention and they're hitting it off, right? What happens is that because she got all of this stuff without her having to earn it, if they continue to deal with each other, what's going to happen is that on the back end, this shit's going to be detrimental and fall apart in most cases, or they'll be together and she is going to just treat him in a certain way. That's why you have a bunch of marriages where the woman looks like she's running the show and disrespecting her man. But anyway, 469, what's popping? Who this?
Hey, this is Vaughn. I don't know the 5.
All right, that's what's up. Appreciate you. So what's going on?
Hey, how do you go about changing your mindset to facilitate that attitude that you have?
You said how do you change your mindset to do what?
Yeah, to facilitate that type of mindset that you have, like what you got right now is what I want. Like how do you get that type of mindset?
What type of mindset is that? What do you mean?
Like what you got right now, like how you are, basically.
Well, this is the thing. You already do it now. Like, okay, let me ask you a question. Do you go out to eat?
Here and there.
Right. So when you go out to eat, do you pick what you want to pick?
Yes.
Right, because that's what you want, right? So you make a decision based on what you want. Right?
Yes.
Right. Now, if what you want on the menu was the only thing you wanted on the menu and they said they don't got it, what would you do?
I won't take it and I'll just leave no part else.
Exactly. So you're already doing it. That's what I'm saying. But it's the problem though. It's the problem when it comes to women, right? You forget that and then you act thirsty because you put the woman above you. See, in the example of the restaurant, you put yourself above the restaurant and what they do. You don't give a fuck about that. It's like, I want this, and if they don't got it, I'm moving on to find something that I want. It's the same concept. So what I'm saying is that you have to be the type of guy who's confident enough to do that. You see what I'm saying?
But when I'm on your membership and digesting your videos, like I'm trying to digest like your mindset as far as like how you're thinking, so I can act that out there when I'm actually dealing with.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's not you acting it out. It's you being that and understanding that. So what I'm saying is, like I said, you're already doing it. You just, when it comes to women, you are putting the woman on the pedestal. That's the problem. Because you think that you can't get the woman without putting her on a pedestal. Just like it'll be the same thing as of you thinking, well, in this restaurant, I guess I have to stay here and wait and sleep in the back until they get the food for tomorrow, and then I'll eat it. You understand? You wouldn't do that, right? You just be like, hey, I'm out of here. I'm gonna go to another place and I'll come back, if they have it or whatever next week or whatever it is like that. But you're putting yourself first. What I'm saying is when you're dealing with women,
You have to always put yourself first. The problem is that you don't believe you can get sex by putting yourself first. That's the problem. So what I'm saying is that, are you willing to have women there that you want to fuck and tell them fuck out of here? Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to walk away from a woman who's not actually doing things on your terms, even if you want to fuck her?
Yes.
Are you though?
Yes.
Right. So, but that's what I'm saying. But that's my point. So what I'm saying is you would have to do that. But then also, can you do it twice? Can you do it 3 times in a row? Can you do it for a week? Can you do it for 2 weeks? Can you go 2 or 3 weeks saying no to women that are not trying to do it on your terms?
So in other words, the ones that just don't want to fuck with me, period.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, can you stand in your principles of, I want it my way, and if it's not my way, I ain't fucking with him.
So in other words, I need to be more selfish.
Yes, but what I'm saying is not only being selfish, what I'm saying is that you have to be able to not change your sense of self and look at yourself differently and doubt yourself based on the outcomes of what's happening when dealing with women. Because this is what will happen. The ebbs and flows of life are going to automatically make a situation, be different. And then you have to make sure you're standing in your shit, even though the situation is different. So what I mean by that is that you could be hooking up with a few girls right now, having a good time. Those girls might end up leaving and you don't fuck with them no more. They got a boyfriend or they just stop calling you. Then you try to replace those girls. And then let's say for a month and a half, you can't get nothing popping. You're like, God damn, these chicks ain't responding. They fucking, doing all this bullshit. And then so what's going to happen is that you're going to meet a girl and she's going to say, hey, we could hang out, but you gotta buy me dinner. And then you're going to be like, fuck, it's been like damn near almost 2 months. I ain't getting no pussy. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to buy her dinner. You see what I'm saying? So you just doubted yourself and folded to try to get pussy because you didn't believe that you can get pussy by staying in what you're about. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's right. So that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is a lot of y'all are not confident enough and strong enough to stand in your shit. That's what I'm trying to say. You got to be able to stand in. That's the mindset. You got to be able to stand in your shit. And so what happens is that the more that you're standing in your shit, then the more you're going to attract the right women for you. And then when you attract those women, it's going to be smooth sailing, meaning you're going to get women who are cooperating heavy. You're going to get women who are actually going to want to be with you without any hesitation, any hassle, any fucking resistance, because you're being that guy. So what happens is that you have to still be that guy when there ain't shit popping off. Just like shout out to Boss Mac. He says sometimes you got to go 0 bitches on a bitch. You feel what I'm saying? That's the thing. You see what I'm saying? But check this out. If you're in a situation where you're being consistent, usually what will happen is that you might not, there'll be times where no new women are coming in, but you might have a roster of a few women that you've been fucking with, right? So you may not get any new women for a while, but you still got 2 or 3 girls you've been fucking with and they still, hooking up with you, right? Or let's say in the rare occasion where those girls are gone and you ain't getting no new women, you still have to stand in your shit regardless. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right. So that's all it is. It's you making a choice. That's it.
Go ahead.
No, all I'm saying is you making a choice. But
go ahead. Oh, no, I was going to say, you was talking about how the last guy you was coaching, that he was standing in his own way.
Mm-hmm.
I hear a lot of people say that too, but they don't really elaborate what does it mean by standing in your own way. Like, what is that? Like, why are you standing in your own way, and how do you go about getting out of your way?
Yeah, so standing in your own way is just you stopping yourself from doing something based on fear. So, for example, if you see a hot girl across the room, and you want to talk to her, but then you say, oh, I don't know, she looked like she probably got a boyfriend. And then you don't go talk to her. That means you're standing in your own way because you made an excuse to not go because you're scared that she's going to say no. Right. So getting out of your own way would be, you see the girl and you say, damn, she hot. I want to go and talk to her. And then you just go and talk to her.
That's it. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right, man. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All right, brother. Appreciate the call, fam. All right. So let me see what some more of these questions are saying. And where's we at? Hold on. So this says, you said spitting in the mouth is wild shit. Y'all can have. Hey, I'll tell you, people like different shit, man. People like different shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to have sex. So you got to see if you're sexually compatible. What made you decide on the second meet? For which one? What are you talking about? So if you're talking about this in general, what happens is that, like I said, the sex needs to happen by the second meet, but sometimes you meet the second time because you may not want to fuck her in the first time for whatever reason. So for example, like there's times where like I had other dates lined up. So I'm not going to fuck this one because I got this other day I got to see in the next hour. Or I might have some work I got to do. Or I might be going to the movies or some shit. Like I got some other shit I'm going to do, but I'm fitting her in that first time. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Let me see. Hold on. How long does it take you to build your status up to get access to all them? Hold on. Let me. It's not about status. It is not about status. You understand what I'm saying? It's not about status. It's about you having game, right? Because this is the thing. The way you get access to all those women is you put in the work to get access to all those women. I keep telling y'all, 25 women a day. You understand what I'm saying? An hour a day at least on the dating apps, 7 days a week. See, y'all not putting in the work. You see what I'm saying? 25 women a day, an hour a day, 7 days a week on the apps. Then you will have a lots of women to choose from. You see what I'm saying? It's really that simple. If you guys just did that, oh my goodness. If you guys just if you guys just really interacted with 25 women a day and hooked up your dating profile on point. So what I'm saying is this. If you talk to 25 women a day, what's going to happen is that your mouthpiece is going to get better. You're going to learn certain different things, and you're going to see what works or what doesn't work for you, so that the numbers of women that you attract are going to increase. Then if your online dating profile is on point, where your pictures, your bio, and your messages are congruent, right? You know how to send the messages to get the woman to come see you on the dates, bro, you're going to have way more women than you could fucking handle. It's ridiculous. Says is another way to say this, meaning a woman chasing a guy and a guy chasing a woman are two different realities. Well, yeah. Well, the thing is this: is that women are supposed to chase men, or in other words, they chase the experience they had with that man. So when the woman meets you and she experiences like, damn, this guy was awesome. He's so sexy. I like, the time we had. I can't stop thinking about him. And that's what makes the woman want to continue to fuck with you. Right. But when you're chasing a woman, it's usually because the woman isn't interested in you and you're trying to get her to be interested. You see what I'm saying? Because if a woman is interested in you, she'll be more with it about you, which would make you not have to chase. You know what I'm saying? So why should approach women if they're looking mean, like they don't want to be bothered? Why put up with that? Well, listen, if you're worried about a chick being mean and you're scared to approach her, then don't do it. Right? Save that for the guys who aren't scared to approach women because they're looking mean. So if you're scared, Barney, then just stay out the way and let the real men do it. Shout out to kids. Like I said, when you really immerse yourself in the game and actually dealing with women, everything moves super fast. That's a fact. That's a fact. Let's go to 941. 941. What's popping? Who's this?
What's going on, Locario? This is Kobe.
Kobe in the building. What's going on with you, man?
Good, man. I sent it to your PayPal.
All right. That's what's up.
What's going on with you, man?
Good, man. This is a great topic, by the way. So I appreciate you for that, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So what's going on with you?
I mean, one thing I have to say, right? So a lot of guys just resist the game, and they don't want to invest in themselves. You know, it's like the more you resist, the more difficult it's gonna be for you to receive the new information. So you have to kind of unlearn everything that society tells you in order for you to receive the game the way you want to receive it.
Right. That's a fact.
Yeah. So see, because of you, man, I'm able to get a lot on my terms, and then anything that you chase will produce the opposite of what you want and desire in life. You know.
Right. That's a fact.
So, and I have to say, man, people don't understand. The more you invest in yourself, the more the game will reward you.
That's real talk.
Yes.
That's real talk.
The reason why I'm able to get what I want on my term, because I invest in myself. I invest in the game. I donate to the game. I respect the game. I acknowledge the game. And the universe rewards me because of that.
That's what we always tell you guys. You got to give to get. It's really simple. If you want to get things, if you want to get things going, you have to give. You see what I'm saying? You have to give. This is why I was talking about today is that if a woman wants to get you, she has to give cooperation. See, the reason why, notice this, right? The reason why women have a hard time keeping men or shit falls by the wayside is because what happens is that the women are getting a lot of things from men on the front end without the woman giving. And then so what happens is it falls by the wayside. Now, the problem is that when a lot of guys are giving, right, they're giving based on trying to just get pussy, right? And so what happens is that there's an imbalance in what they're trying to give to get pussy. That's why it usually never works out, because all that you need to give to get pussy is you need to give that sexual energy to get the sexual energy back. The problem is these guys are giving gifts. They're tricking. They're giving all this time and energy to try to get pussy. So that's an imbalance. That's why it's hard for them to get pussy, because the woman is not sexually attracted to them. And the only reason she's talking to them is because those guys are giving gifts, attention, time, and energy. So she's taking it. So the transaction is, I will give you the possibility of sex. Shout out to ARC. That's his name of his book. The woman is like, I'll give you the possibility of sex by you giving me all these non-sexual things or non-sexual time and attention in order to make that happen. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, exactly. And anytime you deal with a woman, it's supposed to be the other way around. She's supposed to be chasing you instead of you doing the opposite.
Right.
You know, there's something called pattern recognition, right? So I've already fucked her before I fucked her because I recognize the pattern, right? I recognize the pattern because I've seen it happen before.
Right.
And I've seen it happen before, which has led me to understand the pattern. And shout out to you, Locario, understanding pattern.
Right. That's a fact.
So thank you for taking my call, man. That was a great show. So hope you have a great Saturday.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, fam. Shout out to Colby in the chat, man. I'm about to I gotta quit the phone lines. We about to wrap this up because I gotta head out because me and April about to go to dinner and eat a lot of shit and get fat. You feel me? So let me just respond to the rest of these questions, and then we're gonna head up out of here. So this says, do you recommend getting a consultation before going on the membership or vice versa? I suggest do both, but you don't have to do one over the other. You know, whatever you feel like, works for you, do it that way. But I would definitely suggest that you guys get a consultation, because there's certain things that are stopping you from making things happen that you might not even be aware of. You understand what I'm saying? Which could be answered, in the consultation. You feel what I'm saying? So is it true that a small percentage of women will show high interest? Yeah, a small percentage out of the large percentage of women will show high interest. So for example, if there's a room in 100 women, maybe 8 to 10 will be highly interested in you, but that's still a lot of women. That's 8 to 10 women. You see what I'm saying? That's why I tell you guys to go out there and talk to 25 women. Because let's say if you talk to 25 women a day, right? And let's say one of them, 1 out of 25 every day shows high interest. That's 7 women a week that you got that's highly interested in you. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just from one woman a day. That's out of the 25. It says, is there a way I can personally text you about a woman I'm trying to sleep with? I'll text you what she say and you tell me what to write back. You're going to need a coaching session, my guy. You feel what I'm saying? So go to MrLocario.com and set up a 30-minute game session. And then we can, I can help you out with that. You understand? But what it is that I still would talk to you about, how to interact with her, because just me telling you, just me texting back for you is not going to help you. Because once you see her in person, you know what I'm saying? She's going to be like, this ain't the same nigga I was texting. You feel what I mean? So I got to teach you how to, the reason why you would send a certain text, how to build sexual tension and all that other good stuff. Right. So guys, that is pretty much it, man. Make sure that you guys go to shoplocario.com. badboymembership.com, masculineidentitymembership.com, and cunninghamelements.com. And tune in tomorrow for the Real Game No Theory show. It's going to be fire, so make sure you tune into that. And yeah, man, that's pretty much it. And I will holler at you guys later. And remember, people, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. I'm out. Listen. Ask me if I care. I promise I don't care. She told me that she got hurt in the past. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that. I'm thinking, what's up with all of that ass? I ain't tricking, bitch, don't ask me about cash. Why these hoes be telling me all they problems? I ain't saving them, ain't my fault they got them. I can't solve them and I could never stop them. All I'm concerned with is hitting the bottom. She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. This girl's looking for a listening ear. Don't she notice that I really don't care? I'm a man, she should go choose the bear. I'll explain to her that life isn't fair. Why you wanna talk to me about your life? I'm just trying to hit, I don't want a wife. You lie saying you want somebody nice. He has your back, you stab his with a knife. You be wanting your friends to be men. You know you don't care about none of them. Or I should say they don't care about you. They only there cause they hoping to screw. You saying guys only want one thing. You frontin' as if you don't want flings. You want the guy with dough, you want bling. Now you wanna be a queen, you want kings. Why you trying to search for a gentleman? Do you think that's how you will get a man? You don't understand, so you won't get a man. I don't want to talk, I am not Letterman. She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. She's got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life. She got scarred in her life. I don't care about her life.